Have you ever wondered about the hidden aspects of the life of Jesus, the untold stories that challenge conventional beliefs and reveal a deeper understanding of this extraordinary figure in history? Yes, that's right. You are not alone on this journey through the teachings of Pain Canon. We will dive into the notable revelations about Jesus and shed Demo's light on an aspect of your life that has remained largely hidden from narratives with conventional Pain's canon, a recognized pioneer in the past life. If regression therapy discovered a large number of information through his work with a talented young sleepwalker, this woman in his 20s, he allowed Pain's access the deepest levels of consciousness, where the memories of lives past and experiences emerge. Method of exploration Pain's could guide the people to a state in which their life current temporarily regressed, giving step to the resurgence of personalities and past experiences. Was during a of these sessions that the fascinating story of a teacher called Saudi during the time of Jesus began to unfold. To truly appreciate the meaning of this revelation, is necessary to dive into the details of his narrative, explore the implications of this connection, and delve deeper into the mystery surrounding this figure history so revered. To understand fully who the Essenes were and their connection to the Dead Sea Scrolls, it is important to explore its context, history, and its role in shaping of the spiritual landscape of the time of Jesus. The Essenes were an ancient sect nun who lived in the region of Qumran near the Dead Sea during the time of Jesus. Although many today they are not familiar with the Essenes and its influence, the scrolls of the sea dead discovered at the end of the 40s and early 50s have put these in the sea. Spotlight hidden scrolls, found in large ceramic vessels in caves near the Dead Sea, contained original or early versions of many biblical texts, which challenged conventional beliefs about the origins of Christianity. Essenes seem to have played a fundamental role in transcription and preservation of these scrolls that provided deep knowledge about his teachings and lifestyle. One of the most intriguers of the Essenes was their secret and almost mystical nature. They operated as a kind of school hides where they were selected carefully to people to receive teachings esoteric, even prominent figures of ancient Israel. As King Herod, they showed caution towards the Essenes due to his extensive knowledge and secrets that they kept. It is believed that knowledge of the Essenes has its roots among the survivors and descendants of the people of Atlantida. This wealth of wisdom and information was meticulously documented in its written and preserved in the scrolls buried. However, as the influence of the Roman Empire expanded and the region faced devastation, including destruction of Jerusalem, the Essenes met in a precarious situation. The story takes another interesting twist when we consider the Itial group of academics and theologians who investigated the scrolls Dead Sea and performed translations. These individuals decided to keep information hidden once more, with the intention of safeguarding the traditional religious narrative found in the Bible that the scrolls contradicted. One of the most important revelations significant Pain work canon is the past life of the young girl teacher during the time of Jesus. In this extraordinary sordid past life, served as a Torah teacher and played a fundamental role in the life of two of the most important figures emblematic of the story, Jesus and John Bautista. But the story does not end there. During sessions with Pain Canon, a true moment was discovered inspiring when the young woman recounted her experience of witnessing the Star of Bethlehem. This event is perhaps one of the most beautiful and exciting in the race of Pain, offering a perspective unique about the birth of Jesus. During the regression session, the woman she found herself standing on a hillside outside of Qumran, along with other Essenes who had gathered there because they believed that it was the night of the arrival of the Messiah. These Essenes were well versed in astrology and had calculated the graphics, which gave them a good estimate of when Jesus would be born. What makes this moment truly remarkable is the woman's story about the Star of Bethlehem. According to her, the night of the birth of Jesus would be marked by the convergence of 4 stars coming from different parts of the sky merging into bright light. While vividly describing this celestial phenomenon, the woman provided a fascinating new perspective on one of the most celebrated events in the Christian story. On stage, 4 stars came together, forming a circle that finally merged into a single radiant light. From this light, a ray of energy descended towards the earth, meaning the birth of Jesus, the essence of standing near Bethlehem. I knew that this was the planned place of birth. All experience was full of profound energy and emotion, and the woman expressed her amazement at witnessing such a miraculous event. This description of the Star of Bethlehem defies understanding conventional of the stars. While that the Bible offers its own account, this extraordinary light remained visible both day and night. Challenging the characteristics of a typical star could be seen from everyone. The sides which led to speculation about its nature curiously disappeared after approximately 2 months, leaving behind a trail Mary's journey of wonder and intrigue, and Joseph fleeing to Egypt to protect the baby Jesus of the soldiers who were searching to newborns. Due to a census, it also takes on a new dimension when seen through the lens essences who had received his education in Qumran. Was natural that Martha and Jos will look for refugio Al in their road to Egypt during this trip. The teacher Eisen, who later instruct both Jesus and John the Baptist, had the opportunity to see the baby Jesus for the first time. What he witnessed left a profound impact on him. Jesus does not know he looked like no ordinary baby. He didn't cry and his behavior was incredibly peaceful and silent. Yet what the most that caught Saudi's attention were baby eyes that seemed to possess a depth and vision beyond from the ordinary world. Saudi knew that this moment would come, marks the beginning of a journey where he would become the teacher of both Jesus and John Bautista. Upon his return to come with the children, John the Baptist joined his community at that time. Everyone was children. Young Isaiah took on the role of guide and instructor, instructing in the teachings of the law. In ancient Israel, educational system followed rules of different genders. Children are taught mainly mathematics, read scripture, and the Torah, while girls were taught for their roles like wives and mothers, without learning to read and write to receive a more comprehensive education, especially in subjects like mathematics and astrology. People had to seek education. In other places, however, in Qumran, school students received a comprehensive education that included not only mathematics and astrology, but a wide variety of various subjects. Teachers specialized in different fields, and the curriculum was extensive, taking approximately 20 years complete. Most students focused on a single topic, which they could master in approximately 5 years. This is where Jesus stands out as a truly exceptional figure. While the majority of students focused on one subject for several years, Jesus pursued a broader vision of education, covering all subjects taught at Qumran School. What distinguishes is his extraordinary ability to absorb information quickly learned at an accelerated pace, capturing quickly everything they taught him, while others might have taken years in mastering a single topic. Jesus absorbed and mastered all the teachings in a fraction of the time. It is remarkable. Skill was a testament to his unique nature and depth. Spiritual an aspect that often surprises people is the appearance physique of Jesus and John the Baptist, as is revealed through the work of Canon Payne's. Contrary to most common representations, we are accustomed to imagining Jesus one like redheads and blue eyes. You'll wonder how this aligns with the region where they lived. After all, the Middle East is usually associated with darker features. Without, however, during the time when Jesus and John lived in Nazareth, in truth, there were many individuals with blonde hair and red, the darkest skin color, and the hair commonly seen in the region today. It developed in generations later, particularly through mixed marriages with individuals from the southern Africa who migrated north. Even today there are setbacks, occasional changes to the previous appearance with blonde and red-headed individuals who do not they are you. In common. Saudi the teacher, Eisen, observed that John the Baptist had intense red hair, a feature that matched his personality, more extroverted and demonstrative in contrast. Jesus was calm, and often he expressed himself through his extraordinary eyes, transmitting a feeling of depth and wisdom. This revelation reminds us that external appearance of a person necessarily reflects the depth of your character or spiritual wisdom. Now let's delve into the lost years of Jesus, a period that is often made referred once as the years hidden in the Bible. While the Bible provides limited information about the life of Jesus from childhood to adulthood, there are important gaps in the narrative that has left us questions that the works of Payne's canon they sought to discover and explore these lost years, shedding light on where Jesus could have been and what could have done during this period. Accounted for during this time, Jesus, he remained in Cran Con Soy until he was 13 years of age. At that age, there was already completed all his studies and had absorbed all the teachings that Essence could nevertheless offer. Its education went beyond the planned regular studies, learned the art of curing diseases, had the extraordinary ability to resurrect the dead. Yes, you heard good, raise the dead. The Essence believed that once the student had mastered everything that could be taught, the final step was to learn how bring the deceased back to life. Revelation challenges beliefs conventional and raises questions about the scope of the skills of Jesus and the source of his powers. Miraculous. Some people can prefer to keep this knowledge hidden, perhaps in the hope of creating the impression that Jesus acquired his extraordinary shaping skills independent through some mystical encounter in the hills without, however, the truth as it is revealed through the work of Payne's canon is quite the opposite. The journey of Jesus during the lost years, it was nothing short. His great-uncle Jos de Arimathea was a figure briefly mentioned in the Bible as the man who provided his grave for the burial of Jesus after the crucifixion. However, Joseph of Arimathea, he was a very significant figure and influential of his time. Related to Maria, was one of the most rich and respected of his time, with large fleets of ships and strongly involved in the tin trade, particularly with tin mines in England. Jesus would accompany him in some of his commercial trips. When I was young, and Maria was too, would accompany disguised missions commercial to several countries. However, the real purpose of these trips, it was so that Jesus could learn from the most wise teachers in each of these lands, in each country, that Jos de Arimathea Jesus had the opportunity to study under the most educators, connoisseurs, who quickly absorbed large amounts of knowledge. These various sources enhancing your already exceptional intellect. This diverse education allowed Jesus to accumulate a body extensive knowledge that later shape his teachings. Jesus does not limit Ted himself to learning only from Essence, alternated between studying with Essence and other teachers from regions like India and China. This allowed gain wisdom from the best minds of time and explore a wide range of spiritual and philosophical perspectives. One of the groups he learned from it was the Druids in England, who they were very close to Jos de Arimathea, contrary to the later Roman representation of the Druids as barbarian practitioners of sacrifices, were highly educated, very similar to the Essence, and had a wealth of knowledge and information. The Druids had a university prestigious located near Glastonbury, which was one of the largest and educated institutions in the world. At that time, this university of information and knowledge, attracting people from all corners of the world that came to learn from the Druids. Jesus benefited greatly from his interactions with the Druids, who were one of the main teachers who taught him his wisdom while he was among the Jesus. Druids conducted their research and received many books from England that they contained legends and stories transmitted from the moment in which Jesus visited that part of the world. These texts revealed that the first church of the world was established in Glastonbury. Surprisingly, this happened within 10 years after crucifixion of Jesus, when Joseph Arimathea, Mary Magdalene, and several others disciples founded the initial church. Back then, it was not called church, but it was based on the teachings of Jesus and is often known as the so early the community. stood out the absence of a supreme leader or hierarchy. Instead, the meetings inspired by Jesus were carried out in a way in which people gathered in the other people's houses. They listened, they argued, and allowed different individuals. They shared what they had learned. This approach ensured that no one had authority over others, aligning with the teachings of Jesus that focused on sharing information and knowledge. Our meetings promoted love and understanding instead of worship, embodying the essence of the teachings. Jesus Glastonbury was one of the places where Jesus learned from others, and when he returned to Qumran and shared his progress with a young Jesus, the philosophy was noticeably different of what prevailed in the beliefs of his time. While religious leaders, they often promoted fear, and they presented a condemning God. Jesus emphasized love as the solution to eliminate evil and violence from the world. Was inspired
by nature and used parables to help people understand his teachings, a method innovative for its time. Women played an important role in the following Jesus, since they were more receptive to metaphysical aspects and intuitive of their teachings. Mary Magdalene, one of the disciples of Jesus, had studied in Egypt and had a deep knowledge of healing and metaphysical concepts. What Jesus appreciated included her as a valued member of your circle. In your ministry, Jesus demonstrated abilities, miraculous healings, teaching their followers that they could too heal by highlighting that each person had a healing center in the palm of your hands, empowering people to take charge of your own well-being. However, it is essential to note that Jesus, he also understood the laws of karma and the reincarnation. These universal laws meant that I couldn't always cure to those whom I found, especially if it was his karma to suffer ill humidity or even conditions someone as notable as Jesus was subject to. His cosmic laws, reinforcing the idea that he operated within the framework of the universe. Like all other revelations about the years lost, people of Jesus defy the traditional narratives and provide a deeper understanding. Depth of his life and teachings invite you to explore the scope of your knowledge, the diversity of its education, and the profound impact of its philosophy. These revelations too emphasize the importance of love, unity, and empowerment in our spiritual journeys. While you reflect about these hidden truths about Jesus, consider how they can inspire you and empower yourself on your own path. Spiritual embrace, learning, permanent. Find the drive in the diversity. Practice love unconditionally and empower others to make a positive impact. The choice is yours, and you have the power to transform your understanding of Jesus and the world around you. Circle. If you were interested in this exploration of the lost years of Jesus, and you want to discover more fascinating revelations about his life and teachings, I invite you to subscribe to our channel here. You will find content, exclusive deep analysis, and inspiring reflections to enrich your spiritual understanding. Don't get lost the opportunity to join this community of truth seekers. Subscribe now and embark on a journey of spiritual discovery and growth. Next to us, I invite you to enjoy and subscribe to our channel. Share this video with others so they can benefit too. Leave a comment below to share your thoughts and experiences. Thank you for watching and joining us on this journey. We'll see you in the next video. Blessings!